Hi guys, welcome back to the next episode of Director's Chat. Today we're looking at the scary world of James Wan. So let's get into it. Welcome back to the next episode of Director's Chat. We're talking about directors. Today we're talking about James Wan. James Wan is an Australian filmmaker and comic book writer. He has primarily worked in the horror genre as the co-director of the Saw and Insidious franchise and the Conjuring universe. And yeah, so I'm gonna go through all his films. He did a film called Stygian back in 2000, but he never released it, so I'm not going to include it on here. So it started in 2004. We had Saw. This is the first. This is a horror film. This is the first installment in the Saw series, and it starred Cary Elves, Danny Glover, Monica Potter, Michael Emerson, Ken Lung, and Lee Wannell, and it made $103.9 on a $1.2 million budget. The film received generally mixed reviews, but grossed more than $100 million worldwide to become one of the most popular horror movies since Scream. It was theatrically re-released to select cinemas theaters on October 31st, 2014 to celebrate its 10th anniversary. And yeah, this was the first movie in the Saw franchise. Now he did produce Saw 2, and he came up with and he did write it. So yeah, I Saw, which I'm not a huge fan of the Saw movies, but it's always a good movie. So yeah, 2007 we had Dead Silence. Now this was a supernatural horror film, and this starred Ryan Cowanton, Amber Valletta, Donnie Wahlberg, and Bob Gunton. It made $22.4 million, $20 million budget. It received negative reviews. The film has since got a cult following. This movie's okay. It's not my favorite James Wan movie. So, yeah, it's Dead Silence. Yeah. So 2007 we had Death Sentence. Now this was a vigilante action thriller film, and it starred Kevin Bacon, Garrett Hedlund, Kelly Preston, Aisha Tyler, John Goodman. Made $70 million on a $20 million budget. It received negative. It was a box office bomb, and it received negative reviews. Who criticized the graphic violence and plot. I've not seen this. I haven't seen this movie. I don't know if it's good or not, but yeah. So, yeah. So, That's Death Sentence. Um, then in 2010 we had Insidious. This was a supernatural horror film. It's the first installment in the Insidious franchise, and this starred Patrick Wilson, Ross Byron, and Barbara Hershey. It made $100.1 million on $1.5 million budget. The film was followed by two sequels, Chapter 2 and The Red Door, and two prequels, Chapter 3 and The Lost Key. I'm not a huge fan of Insidious. I've seen the first one. I think that it's okay. So, yeah, it's Insidious. Um, then in 2013, we had The Conjuring. Now, this was supernatural horror film. It's the first film in the Conjuring universe, and it's loosely based on the um the Warrens. Yes, it's based. It made 319.5 million, a $20 million budget. It received positive reviews, praise the performance, directions, screenplay, atmosphere, musical score. I actually like this movie. This one's really good. This starred Vera Farmiga, Patrick Wilson, Ron Livingston, and Lily Taylor. And I like this movie. I think it's good. I enjoy it for what it is. And yeah, so in 2013 we had Insidious Chapter 2, the supernatural horror film. It's the second installment in the Insidious franchise. It stars Patrick Wilson, Ross Byron, Lynn Shay, Ty Simpkins, Barbara Hershey. It made $161.9 million on a $5 million budget. It received positive reviews. No, it was I had mixed reviews, but yeah. So yeah. This one's okay movie. It's probably better than the first one, but yeah. Then 2015 we had Furious 7. Um, this was an action film. It's a sequel to Fast and Furious 6 and the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, and the seventh installment in the Fast and Furious franchise. Um, this starred Vin Diesel, Paul Walker, Dwayne Johnson, Michelle Rodriguez, Tyrese Gibson, Chris Ludacris Bridges, Jordana Brewster, the Jim Hansu, Kurt Russell, Jason Statham. It made 1.515 billion, making it James Wan's highest grossing film. And yeah, so this is also James Wan's first non non horror film. This movie, this was Paul Walker's final film as he died in a car crash in 2013. And yeah, so the film was a commercial success and received positive reviews for its revenge plot, one's direction, performances, action sequences, and its emotional tribute to Walker. Many consider it to be the best film in the franchise. It grossed over 1.5 million worldwide, making it the third highest grossing film of 2015 and the fourth highest grossing film of all time at the time of its release. It also set their record for the second highest grossing opening weekend of its time, grossing 397.6 million worldwide. It was the highest grossing film in 2015 out of the domestic box office and became the highest grossing film in the franchise in the first 12 days of its theatrical release. And yeah, so yeah, I love this movie. This is my second favorite Fast and Furious movie after 5. I realized I like the tribute to Paul Walker. All the cast is great. So yeah, then 2016 we had The Conjuring 2. There's a supernatural horror film. This stars Vera Farmiga, Patrick Wilson, Frances O'Connor, Madison Wolfe, Simon McBurney, and Franca Ponente. It made $321.8 million on a $40 million budget. It received positive reviews, and so yeah. So yeah, this one's good. I think it's probably better than the first one. I actually like this one more, but yeah. So 2018 we had Aquaman. The Aquaman is a superhero film with the sixth installment in the DC Extended Universe, and it stars Jason Momoa, Amber Heard, Willem Dafoe, Patrick Wilson, Dolph Lundgren, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, Nicole Kidman. Made 1.149 billion on a $162 million budget. We received positive reviews, making it the highest grossing DCEU film, the highest grossing film based on a DC Comics character, the fifth highest grossing film 2018, and 25th grossing film of all time. An animated miniseries set after the film Atlantis, Aquaman King of Atlantis aired from October 14 to October 2021, while a live action sequel of The Lost Kingdom is set to release in 2023. And I actually like this movie. It's not my favorite DC movie. I feel like the story's basic and I think it's kind of cheesy at times, but it's a good movie. Then in 2021 we had Malignant. There's a horror film and stars Annabelle Wallis, Madison Hassan, George Young, Nicole Brian White, made 34.9 million, $40 million budget. It received positive reviews. This movie is I actually enjoy this movie. Yeah, so that's Malignant. And then finally, we have Aquaman Lost Kingdom, which that will be James Wan's next film. This will be coming out December 2023. And yeah, so this is a sequel to Aquaman. This is the 15th and final installment in DC Extended Universe. This stars Jason Momoa, Amber Heard, Willem Dafoe, Patrick Wilson, Dolph Lundgren, Abdul-Mateen II, Tamara Morrison, and Nicole Kidman. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to this movie. This is the final DC movie. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So that is James Wan. I love James Wan. I think he's probably one of the best horror directors. I like movies. I don't think he's made a bad movie. So yes, guys, so much my video. I'll see my next film. Bye.